Let's get real. Nobody wants to imagine that their partner might be unfaithful. But sometimes, ignoring the signs can leave you blindsided. Today, we're diving deep into the subtle and not so subtle signs she might be cheating on you. Don't wait until it's too late. Stick around, because you need to know this. Sign 1. The emotional disconnect. The first and most common sign is an emotional disconnect. If your once attentive partner suddenly seems distant, uninterested, or emotionally checked out, it's worth paying attention. Does she seem less invested in your conversations? Does she avoid sharing her feelings like she used to? Emotional withdrawal can often signal that her attention and affection are being directed elsewhere. Sign 2. Unexplained changes in behavior. Another big clue is a sudden and unexplained shift in her behavior. This can include things like being unusually secretive about her phone, staying out late without clear reasons, or acting defensive when you ask simple questions. Pay attention if she suddenly starts guarding her phone like it holds state secrets, or if she's suddenly too busy for the things you used to do together. These changes often point to something or someone she doesn't want you to know about. Sign 3. Changes in appearance. Has she started dressing up more often or hitting the gym suddenly, even when there's no special occasion? While self-care is great, a sudden and unexplained focus on appearance could mean she's trying to impress someone new. It's not just about the physical changes, it's about the timing and context. If she's suddenly putting in extra effort before heading to places she never cared about before, don't ignore it. Sign 4. Decrease in intimacy. Intimacy is often one of the first things to change when someone's focus shifts to someone else. If she's less affectionate, avoids physical closeness, or makes excuses to avoid intimacy altogether, it could be a sign that her needs are being met elsewhere. Of course, there are many reasons intimacy can decline, like stress or health issues. But if you're noticing this alongside other signs, it's time to address it. Sign 5. Gut feelings and intuition. Sometimes, the biggest sign isn't what she says or does. It's what your gut is telling you. Your intuition is often more accurate than you give it credit for. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Trust your instincts, but also look for tangible evidence before jumping to conclusions. A gut feeling should be the start of a conversation, not the end of trust. Sign 6. Increased arguments and defensiveness. Have you noticed her picking fights over little things, or becoming overly defensive? This can sometimes be a way to justify her actions in her own mind or shift blame onto you. If every question you ask turns into an argument, or if she accuses you of being controlling when you're just trying to understand, it's worth digging deeper. 7. The new friend's excuse. One classic excuse cheaters often use is new friends. If she's suddenly spending time with people you've never heard of and never wants to include you, it might be time to ask some questions. Of course, it's healthy to have individual friendships, but secrecy and exclusion? That's a whole different story. Sign 8. Lack of accountability. Cheating often comes with a pattern of broken promises and a lack of accountability. If she's constantly canceling plans, arriving late, or forgetting important commitments, it could be because her focus is elsewhere. A strong relationship is built on trust and reliability. If she's suddenly unreliable, it's worth asking why. Sign 9. Overcompensating with kindness. Interestingly, some people overcompensate for their guilt by being overly kind or generous. If she's suddenly showering you with gifts or praise, but it feels hollow, it might be her way of masking guilt. True affection feels genuine. If her actions seem forced or out of character, don't ignore that feeling. Sign 10. What to do if you suspect she's cheating. Okay, you've noticed some signs, but what now? The worst thing you can do is jump to conclusions without evidence. Instead, approach the situation calmly and respectfully. Start by having an open and honest conversation. Say something like, "I feel like there's been some distance between us. Can we talk about it?" This opens the door for communication without accusations. 11. When to walk away. Sometimes, no matter how much you care, you have to prioritize your own well-being. If she admits to cheating, or if her behavior doesn't change despite your efforts, it might be time to move on. Remember, staying in a toxic situation will only drain you emotionally. Walking away is hard, but it's often the best choice for your own happiness. Cheating is never easy to deal with, but recognizing the signs and addressing them head-on can save you from unnecessary pain. Remember, trust is the foundation of any relationship. If it's broken, it takes real effort to rebuild, or the courage to move forward. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to Buddhist Karma Talks. Let me know in the comments if you've experienced any of these signs, or if you have advice for others going through this. Take care.